Drunken fool over here in Porterville. Well, I've been working on my exhaust. I called the garage this morning and I was talking about them putting my exhaust manifold on. And they told me I'd have to bring it in. There's one of the donuts, so I got to replace the donut. They told me I'd have to bring it in. I don't know why I couldn't have just put a couple tin cans around it. Another part of the donut, I believe. It was busted right here. Anyway, back to my story. They told me I'd have to bring it in and leave it. And it is so thin. And they were saying that my hood put a little light on this subject. They said chances are that at least 6, or at least, I think they said at least 3 of the 6, if not all of the exhaust studs would get broke. And possibly the manifold, which, and of course, they got all the tools and everything. I got all 6 of them off without breaking them. There's my new manifold. But I heated them, which is the same thing they would do. And I oiled them, and they just barely turned. I heated them again. This side, the driver's side wasn't too bad. But the passenger side, I was wondering. I've got the air chisel out here. And of course, tons of rust in my face. There's part of the old one. The plug where the EGR valve goes. Actually, this one is right here on the manifold on this one. Right there. So I gotta tighten that plug up. I bought that. I've had this, what do you think? Probably 6-8 months. So yeah, now the problem I have is I'm not sure if that's 3-inch or not. I haven't measured it. And that's the same size. And I fought and got that piece out of there. And now I realize I got to cut about 6 inches off of that and probably see if I can get an adapter to go over the top of this and over the top of that. Because there's no way this is going to go on the inside of it, and that's the way the other one was. I had a little dinky, what was it, 12mm screw, or nut I mean. Yes, I've been out here probably 3 hours. Yeah, the last time I think that place told me they charged, well, I think it was $75 an hour or $95 an hour. And I've been putting this off for obvious reasons. But, so I guess I gotta go get the donuts, and I think, according to what they told me this morning, is like a kit. Because it's got these little springs on it. Oh, sorry if you're upside down. Me too. So I'm going to oil them up real good. They all luckily come off. But this side, the actual, once I got all them off, it took me a good hour to get that thing out of there with a donut. And I didn't want to break the cast iron up there. And I was heating it and oiling it, and I had stuff dripping in my face. And this thing there was just like seized right up in there. Finally, I got this to break loose. And I sure didn't want to break the manifold, but this is paper thin right here. Yeah, it took me probably a good hour to get that thing off there, pry it, and I finally Finally found this tool right there and was able to get up there and heat it and tap it, and then I ended up getting the air chisel. It still wasn't coming out, so I mushroomed this from before and I put it on there. I got a little tight, but actually that's got to be cut off behind that. So I'm probably going to have to loosen my exhaust back this way. Yeah, it's got these little springs here. Well, that ain't a spring, that's one of the nuts, which I'm going to replace them. That one probably be alright, but this one right here, that was the one I thought for sure was going to snap off. There ain't much there. This is the one I put that plate in and cut this truck in half and welded this frame up. Welded and bolted. Pretty sure I plated it on both sides. Oh, we're going to be upside down again. Yeah, put some plate in up there. It's holding up good. I've hauled and towed and yeah, I guess I'm off to the parts store. And then I think I'll just put that on and see if I can loosen the exhaust up and pull it back. But yeah, look at that thing. It was stripping. One thing about it, there wasn't much there. It took the heat pretty good, but I can't remember what size it was. 12 millimeter ended up being we got on there. Well, there's some more scrap. So we ain't gonna know what to do when we get this thing quieted down. It sounded so good when I put the rest of that exhaust on. But I'll oil them and I'll get under there before I try to put it on, and I'll make sure the bolts thread all the way, or the nuts thread all the way up there real easy, and they get a good firm grip, which I'm sure they will. They were on there. Yeah, I don't know. He was talking about putting new studs and drilling them, and I knew what he was getting at, but I don't know. I just was really patient with it, and so that's what we're doing over here in Porterville today. Getting a low tire. Thanks for stopping by. I'm going to go get some parts here in a little bit. Maybe I'll pick away and see if I can get this manifold back on. I think I'm going to see if I can get the adapter to go the same size to the same size. Might just take the manifold with me. Well, thanks for stopping by. Goodbye now. Go find a project. Goodbye.